Alaska, awesome and huge. We're going to concentrate on seasonal fishing in one small fishing community, Elfin Cove. Now the Eskimo mail on the tail of the Alaskan Airlines welcomes us to Juneau, the state capital, and the Mendenhall Glacier is clearly visible right from the airport. Juneau's history is proudly revealed with this totem pole and the Russian Orthodox Church. And this gives us a clue to the heritage. Now it's time to board our seaplane, which is an Alaskan taxi. And this is going to take us to Elfin Cove. Now it's a 45-minute ride and it's a 60-mile flight. And we're going to pass over Cross Sound and Glacier Bay, and we're going to head to the protected cove, which is inhabited by 30 people year-round. Now the Wings of Alaska has regularly scheduled flights carrying groceries and mail in addition to the passengers. We see evidence of strip mining of timber right off the bat. And the people who are taking a cruise to see Alaska can't begin to appreciate the entire state and its wildlife. As we get closer to Elfin Cove, we get our first glimpse of Brady Glacier, which is 30 miles from Elfin Cove. About, people want to know what are they going to catch. So could you give us a little idea of when the season starts and when it ends?
Certainly can. Well, we start in May, about the middle of May. The weather's nice, and we got our spring kings charging around here. We end up get some nice kings, 25 to 50 pounds. We've got one about 60. That happens occasionally. So, but they're nice-sized fish. They're probably 20 to 25, 30-pound average, and we do well with them starting in May, about the middle of May through June, into July. Then the king salmon starts tapering off on these inside waters. And then we get into the humpbacks and sockeye, and we get a few sockeye. Then we do a little stream fishing. And
are there down in the southern 48 there, we're just starting to have limits on a whole lot of things, and that's new for us to have limits. We have a saltwater license in a few states. Do you have a saltwater license here?
Yeah, saltwater license. It's $20 for a 10-day license. And
what are your limits for king salmon as far as the recreational angler is concerned?
Limits 2 kings per day, and I think it's 6 coho when the cohos are running. Okay. And then, of course, you have smaller salmon.
It's more, sometimes, salmon are exciting to watch in the water, and it's obvious they're delicious to eat. But for the people down in the southern 48 there, when we catch a flounder that's a foot long, we can get excited now. But we come up here and see a halibut, like the one that this gentleman caught the other day, 277 pounds. Well, that's outstanding. How many times do you see a salmon, or a halibut that's over 100 pounds during the course of the summer?
Well, I think every week we catch them over 100. Sometimes a guest will catch 2 of them over 100. We get a lot of big, yeah, we get a lot of big fish, and it's probably one of the better areas in Alaska for halibut fishing because of our shallow waters and the tide action and where we're sitting on the Gulf. So it's one of the better choices for halibut fishing, I'd say.
Now, tell me about the trout. A lot of people want to fly fish. And they think that that's the greatest thing in the world. Do you have fly fishing in here on occasions, or is that just sort of something that we just think about?
Well, we have a couple of streams, but we don't really feature it because it's an added bonus if the weather's right, the tides are right. And, but we do have some pretty nice trout fishing. Dollies, they get up to 4 or 5 pounds, and a couple of the streams, and some salmon.
This rod we're going to use a herring.
There we go.
With a single 7/0 hook. The 90-pound test leader. Yeah, you'll feel them nibble at it, and you kind of want to give them a chance to take the bait. Okay. There you go. Right. Put the thumb on it, and just drop down till you feel the bottom, and come up about 1 to 2 pounds.
Oh, that's pretty. Ross Taylor is our guide on the boat, and like all guides, he stresses releasing smaller fish.
When he comes up, just make a move to your right there. Get in on the slow part.
Oh, hey, nice halibut.
Hey, hey.
Oh,
Birdie.
great.
Good luck, you better stick around. Very good. What's that gonna weigh? 20 pounds?
Maybe 20 pounds.
I've never seen one.
Is that the first time you've seen him?
Yeah, it's first
Yeah.
halibut we've seen.
Pacific halibut.
Turn around to the white so you can get a good
Oh,
picture.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does look like a flower.
Uh-huh.
Big flower.
Yeah, because its eyes all on the right and everything.
See, I got some pretty good sized teeth in there, too.
Yeah.
That is.
Real strong jaws. A fish this big could probably break your finger.
You know, a small one like this here, you know, they fight more than a large one does.
The smaller one.
Yeah.
They have more spunk.
Now they take off. Like.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's beautiful.
What do you do now, bleed it?
Yeah. Clean the meat out a bit. Really helps out.
Oh, yeah.
Got the gills. And then they're white side up.
Here in the salt marsh, eagles were everywhere. Pretty soon we're going to feed one so we can see it up close. Well, my wife Charlotte gets the next hookup. Well, we're about 50 feet from the shoreline behind us. The depth here is anywhere from 80 to 300 feet. Hey, it's a nice flounder, but not much of a halibut.
Well,
Start.
it's a start.
I wanted to see how you're going to release him. Okay, I see. And he's gone. Now, these mountains are 50 miles away. That's 20 miles past the gray glacier that's in the foreground. There it is
This one's
again.
about 5 pounds.
Very good.
That's the second.
Now this is a ling cod, and they get up to 60 pounds in this area. And this is where the all-tackle world records come from, Elfin Cove.
You made a mistake. This is good.
You got near your line, Henry. That's what you did. You made a mistake, all right. Yeah, that's...
Oh, those are nice.
Sling cod. Get close up with those teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do have teeth.
Yeah, look at them. They'll eat just about anything they can get their mouths on. See this one?
Now, sea otters play and they swim on their back, and they use their tail to propel them through the long strands of kelp. And they, too, are everywhere. When the water surface is calm, we can see these beautiful halibut down about 20 feet. We have a 2 halibut per day per person limit. Go ahead and land him whenever you're when one of them weighs over 100 pounds, who really needs a second? But when there's 4 passengers to the boat, we do keep a few of the smaller ones just in case we don't get all those 100-pounders. Now we've just moved up to the headwaters of the salt marsh, and now we're in that stream that's feeding the marsh. And we're going to go up here to watch the spawning run. And here, we really do watch for bears because this is their home. I've read about these fish returning to their birthplace to spawn and then to die for many years. But this is awesome. You have to see it to believe it. Once they hit the fresh water, thousands of salmon are decaying right before your eyes. The white areas on their fins and on their head show the signs of the decay. Now, once they spawn, they join the schools of piles of dead fish. It's amazing how they return to the same place to continue the life cycle with a new generation. No wonder the damming up of streams played such havoc with some species to such a great degree. And there are those white spots that I was telling you about. That's decay. Now, Ross Taylor is a marine biologist, and each time he sees this spawning run, he's still amazed.
Just about all of them are dog salmon. See the canines they develop?
Oh, yeah.
Why they panic? They know that's usually a bear coming in at them. There's a pink salmon right here. You can see his hump sticking out of the water.
All the way to the headwaters of this stream, they struggle to get further upstream to lay their eggs before the winter freeze in this whole area. Now it's time for us to retreat.
He ain't gonna make it. Can't even stay upright. I'm using for halibut bait.
And now by magic, we see the product of that spawning run. Millions of tiny salmon. Now we also catch small ground fish like sea bass, which we then throw overboard so that we can feed the eagles. First, we have to catch them with this small herring.
see it spin?
Got it. I got him too.
Get him good now?
Yes, I got him that time.
If he comes over, you can show the fish right in his claws.
You get a hit. If you find that he's not on there, put your reel in the free spool, drop back about 15 feet on it, and then give it another slow pull forward. And if you find that he's on there, then set the hook. If he isn't on there, free spool him again. And sometimes it might take 2 or 3 times like that, but that's a good chance to get a hookup.
After our guide, Mike Braille, told us how to catch coho or silver salmon, it was easy. I'll swim him into the...
Wow, he's still...
Raise the net. That's it. I got it. I got it.
Boy, that's a beauty.
Absolutely
That's a beauty.
fantastic. I got it, honey. Get this one out.
Fish on, fish on. Still got him? Out of sight. Turn around and face him and then keep your rod up. There you go.
That really is flat.
Net up, honey. Pick your net up.
You gotta roll the,
Okay, now get underneath him now. Up. Well done, honey. You got it.
I
Take the rod
I love it.
Okay, you take your rod.
Jim administering the kill and release method. Nice bright silver salmon.
You gotta be on it, Michael. I'll tell you what, you net it and I'll take the picture then.
Oh, bring it in the boat then, get it out of the way. No, the ball is ours.
Size, so.
There's a beater right there behind you to your left foot, Char. Can I have that, please?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, I want to get a picture of him in the water. That's what I want a picture of. Don't hold his head up now, honey. Just keep him in the water.
Okay.
Walk over the top of him.
Hold him away from the boat, please.
Hold it away from the boat, honey.
You got it.
Beautiful.
Just
Hold it right here.
here, buddy. Another nice salmon.
How much does that one weigh, Michael? It's a little heavier.
That's a little bit heavier. That looks like about 11 pounder.
Just a little bit. There you go.
Now, coho salmon average 8 to 12 pounds, but they run all the way up to 31 pounds. Now, they have gray gums, not black gums like king salmon. Now, the female coho will shed between 2,400 and 4,500 eggs. This is what we came to Alaska for.
And then a nice little rod.
It is. It is. I'm used to using stand-up tuna rods, and so this has got too much bend here for me, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's
This is nice for unless it's a light rod, and it's
Yeah.
nice action to it. If I had it, I'd have the handle out here.
Yeah, there you go.
I swear this is a bigger fish, but this is a smaller rod.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that rod,
He told me, landed a nice
you
halibut.
just have a hard time determining what the fish are, the size of them. Again?
He's up on top, Michael. There he is. Don't tell me it's just a plane run fight.
Family that fishes together stays together.
You better believe it.
All right.
Oh,
Could be. You saw him once already.
Yeah, I saw him once.
Woo!
Look at that planer though. Is he gonna cut it off? He hasn't so far.
Been so far.
In 1986, sport fishermen in Alaska caught 201,000 coho
Yeah.
salmon. Go ahead and net him. Please.
Nice job.
Oh, that's beautiful.
oh, yes, we're busy.
Sorry, we're catching fish.
Let me give him a shot.
There, they got one in the boat. This is what we came to Alaska for. Nice salmon. 4 or 5 pounds apiece.
Another silver.
Now this school is larger than the fish we caught before, and they're up to 16 to 18 pound fish.
A 5.
There we go. We're going over here. Oh,
Another silver. Watch it. Oh, that's a big one. Nice fish. Take your time with him. Take your time with him. Take your time with him. Let the rod tip out. Nice job.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice job. That's a beautiful.
coming too.
Look how fat that one is.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful fish,
beautiful
Doc.
one.
That is a
Yeah.
beautiful fish. Nice fish. Keep your rod tip up. Now we're catching some beautiful fish. Look at that guy. Nice job. Nice job.
That
Nice
is number
fish.
7.
Gosh, you are a hot fisherwoman.
How about
The tides are running so swiftly that while we have the trolling motor going forward into the current, we're actually going backwards. The motor merely slows down our rate of drift. Get that down.
Just back up. Back up and you'll pull right into it. Back up some more. There you go. Just pull it against the side of the boat. Just back up, Sean. Just back up. Just back up. Back up. Back up. Back up.
Oh, you naughty fish. Come
You're
on.
gonna hold it out away from the boat now, because he's under the boat, and if he gets caught in there,
I love it. I love it. Lady Angler of the Year.
there you go.
Yeah.
There he is. Go for it, Michael. Get him.
Yeah. Come on.
Hey!
That's 12.
How many does that make for us today, Michael?
That's our full limit. That's a dozen.
We got our limit by noon.
There's a couple of things that... Notice the scratches across the top of it. And those, a lot of the fishermen here say that those are net marks from the Japanese and Korean trawlers that are working off the big seine nets that are catching what they say are their fish. But these guys escaped and made it in here. Beautiful fish.
Male or female?
I would say it's a male.
Starting to get the hump on his nose, huh?
Yeah, big proboscis. That's a fine day of coho fishing.
The next day, we ran a few miles to the Dundas River, and we came across this group of sea lions. Doing great, honey. Keep it up. Just keep the line tight. That's it. I sometimes think it rains every day on the Alaskan coast, and today was certainly no exception. Keep going, you're doing great. I made one cast and I hooked, fought, and lost 3 separate cohos before I got one lure back. Okay, just sort of slowly bring it in. No, it's coming in. It's right there. Now we're using a lure with a single treble hook, 2 of which of the points have been cut off, and the 3rd one has been made barbless, and we still caught 12 to 15 pounders. Okay, bring him over to the shore, honey. That's it. You're doing great. This is on a lure I found down in there.
You found a lure?
Well, yeah, I pulled it in. It was underwater. I lost your silver one. I hope it wasn't your pet lure, Ross, but this is the lure that I'm using, is the one that I've brought in.
There you go.
Let's keep it, Ross. This is the first biggie we caught.
Okay.
The last of them, all the rest of them have been real little things.
Okay, we'll keep this one. Bail. There you go.
Yeah, but it's all playing a little line. I thought he was little until he came up to the beach. How many of these can we keep? 2 apiece? Look at the rooster tail he's putting see the fish, honey. He's just right there. He's getting tired. Keep reeling. Some of these battles lasted over 20 minutes, so the fish wasn't the only one getting tired. Ross will get him in a minute, honey. You keep pulling. Not quite. Get the rod tip up, honey, way up in the air. That's good. Now he's wrapping around Ross. Oh, let her be her second keeper. You said you could keep 2 apiece. That's her second. Yeah.
Nice fish.
I won't argue with that.
£15. That's dandy. All right. That's a dandy, Jim.
The seaplane dock is frequently covered with dozens of commercial fishing boats rafted together overnight in preparation for a short commercial season of various types. And what a beautiful sunrise to greet them the next day. Dennis Hayes Sport Fishing Lodge is nestled in the hillsides, and we're on our way to go halibut fishing in Mud Bay.
Cutting up the salmon bait, the whales are jumping, fish stories are getting thick.
Yesterday's catch and today's bait. And the scenery is awesome everywhere. Now, while Jerry is putting all the pressure on this halibut he can with a 30-pound test line, the whales are putting on a real show for us in the distance. Now, it's hard to encourage Jerry and watch the whales at the same time. That's the one we came for. Yes, sir.
Sarah, you want to roll yours up?
Oh,
Now, first we got the other lines in, and then we cranked up the downriggers. And then we really got the cockpit ready for action. Now, halibut spawn in 300 fathoms of water. Now, the males are sexually mature at age 7 to 8 years, while the females are not until 8 to 12 years. Now, a female sheds between 2 and 3 million eggs a year. The fertilized eggs hatch after 15 days, and while they spend their first 6 months of their life floating around in ocean currents, the left eye migrates to the right side of the face. Now, the next 5 to 7 years are spent in shallow water on the nursery grounds. Now, the largest halibut ever caught was caught in Petersburg, Alaska, and it weighed 495 pounds, while the largest rod and reel caught halibut was 350 pounds, and it was caught in Homer, Alaska. Now, females get up to 470 pounds, and they live anywhere from 35 to 45 years, and they grow up to 9 feet long. But you'll be surprised to know that males seldom exceed 40 pounds or 55 inches long, but they still manage to live up to 25 years. So I would guess right offhand that this fish that Jerry's fighting has got to be a female. Now, we've really got this cockpit all ready. Now Mike's getting ready to land the fish. And remember, we're at anchor. So Jerry alone is doing all the work to bring this fish up to the boat.
You gonna put that around him too in case
Jerry, I'm gonna put the butt hook. No. There's a drill here, though. Now we're gonna pull.
As we're watching Jerry work away, this is the way to fight a big fish. Jerry has to be in good physical condition first, but he has to know what he's doing, and he obviously does.
Tail
maneuver?
nose? Tail nose or something like that, you
I
know?
wonder if
like
it was a
that.
Heimlich maneuver you were getting ready for. On Jerry or the fish?
Yeah.
Also, right at this moment, Jerry is very glad that he re-spooled brand new 30-pound test monofilament line on his reel last night.
Gotta be getting close now, Jerry.
Yeah, he's pulling a little. There he's coming. He's a biggie.
Oh, wow, you got him, baby. There's your 100-pounder.
Tied off. Not tied off. Yeah, we hook.
100, that's 200. That's a big pounds. We got a battle on our hands here.
Alright. Here he comes.
I'm gonna need some help here with
Sorry.
We're gonna have to beat him.
Not tied off. Not tied off. Yeah, we hook him.
Here's the other one.
Okay.
Here's the beater.
Okay, hand me that.
Here, just put it right there.
You ready?
Holy shit.
Coming
That's
in.
beautiful.
Coming in.
I'm not gonna touch this. Right.
That's way over 200 pounds.
One more time. Open up.
Hang on, let me put some drag on this baby. Okay, I'm going back up.
You think so?
It's hard to get it in there, but it wasn't right, you know. I put it in there.
Fantastic.
It's going to be
250 pounds.
as soon as I get it in there, it's gonna have to want to beat him.
Holy cow, what a horse.
What a cow! What a cow! Another shark right there too, if we need to do that.
Coming in now.
Not a good one. That's not a good one.
Give me your rod. Give me your rod.
Good?
I got it.
You ready?
Look at this.
We're gonna need some slack in the line here. Here we go.
Look out for that hook coming out of his butt. I ain't kidding you.
There is one there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well done. Well
This isn't anything like the horse you got, but he's big enough for me.
He's probably a dandy.
He's here. Oh well. He ain't that well hooked either. My first one. You have to catch 3 of them before you got that horse,
That's
so
right,
it's my
that's
turn
right.
to catch 1 or 2 first, and then I'll get a horse.
Might have, somebody's got a fish on. You got a fish. You started that fish.
Yes, I would say she's got the fish.
Should I put it in the rod over there?
No, you keep it in your rod belt. Hey, go ahead and get the other one in, Mike. All the while, these whales are still entertaining us, but we've simply been too busy to appreciate them.
I know.
Don't leave moving without it.
Oh, I never will.
That's too God, you let me.
God.
Slide over this side. Coming at you.
Hold on to her.
Lady Angler of the Year.
That's what I was resting for this morning.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the keeper.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. So hook, let go of the line. Let the line down and hooked in my hand. Okay, there you go. Beat him.
Several hours later, Char's halibut tipped the scales at 63 pounds. Nice, Mike. You did that well. Wow! They're coming right towards us.
All right. They know where we are.
Okay. Two of them. There's 4 of them.
Come on, big fella. Come out of the water again. That guy's name is Wheezy.
I gotta take it off. I gotta take it off my. They are coming right towards us. Hell yes, they're coming right our way. They're underneath us.
She's a beauty. Wow.
228 pounds. And who caught it?
Russ.
Russ.
Russ caught it, huh?
Is that the same way you guys fillet flounder at home? Stand on it with your tail and... I think this is really great. Kids out there by themselves wearing life jackets. Now let's go inside this little inner harbor and look around. The rain and the fog are not unusual. And the cove itself is very small but well protected.
Been out, but I think they've been going pretty steady. Pretty steady. Yeah. Yeah.
Now we're headed towards Idaho Inlet with fresh snow on the mountainsides. And at the headwaters, these are humpback or pink salmon that are spawning, and dolly varden trout that are just all over. Dennis Hayes doesn't push the fly rod fishing, but it's there in great abundance if that's what you really want to do. Well done. Now, when we look around, we've got some silent observers. Now, those black masses are pink salmon, which don't die immediately after they spawn. They survive for a couple of weeks. The pink salmon is the smallest of the Pacific salmon. They average only 3.5 to 4 pounds, and they shed only 1,500 to 2,000 eggs. They mature at age 2 years.
Yards of line right there. This rascal's got a lot of life in him.
I thought they came upriver to spawn.
Well, this one came up the east. Somebody's supposed to be watching for bears.
That bird is.
This is a male humpy trying to get himself upstream to spawn here. We're gonna release him here as soon as Jim gets his act together here. We get him in. He's fighting up real good. He's fighting good.
Is this a pretty fish? Wow. Wow. Is this a beauty? Come on. Come on.
Male humpy.
Well hooked.
Well hooked, we might add. All right.
There he is. We're going to put him back. And away he goes.
Get on out there.
And he's gone.
We'll let you go now. We'll let you go here. You got some spawning to do here.
Our resident critic said we did all right and he'd seen enough. So, it was time to go.
There you go. Oh boy, was that fun.
And now it's time for some king salmon. A 126-pounder was landed in a fish trap at Petersburg in 1948. Now the adults have a black pigment to the inside of their mouth and black irregular spots on their back. The spawning male develops a hooked nose or upper jaw. They sexually mature from the 2nd through the 6th year, so they vary greatly in size during spawning. Of course, after which they die. A mature 3-year-old weighs 4 pounds, while a 7-year-old weighs 50 pounds. There you go!
There you go, my sisters.
There you go.
A double header.
Woo! Double header, giant.
You guys just
Now right now we're in front of the old cannery across the inlet from the salt marsh. Now Mike's wanted to fish here all week because he said that old cannery was built there for a reason, and I guess he was right.
You want to try it again?
Going.
You're lucky.
No kidding. That's it.
See how much of us you can get in here. This one's got to be coming up right now.
Where's this one going? Well, just keep your rod.
There you go. He'll come. How we doing over here?
He's up on
He's
there.
way out. Oh, he's way out?
Way out, but he's coming up.
Earl.
I could have to. You're lucky.
No kidding. That's it.
Okay. See if we can get this one in then, and then Earl, you can try hang on to yours. So.
When I get him in here, I want you to grab the handle and I'll... Get the bag full.
He's coming in, damn it. Coming right to you.
You got him.
Where are we at?
There's him fish. I got mine, and now it's Earl's turn. I gotta admit that's the biggest salmon I caught.
Yeah, hell, that's 40 pounds.
I hope so.
Yeah. This one's a
We
good
can
size
weigh
one
it.
too.
It's the same size.
This is a good one too. And reel it right down to that tip of that thing and pull them up. Okay, now you got to pull. Oh! I got him in the belly.
That's great, because this is 3 nice fish up here. We left Elfin Cove with several 50-pound boxes of salmon and halibut fillets, all frozen and well packaged for our trip home. However, I'm sure of one thing. God willing, Dennis Hayes and Elfin Cove, Alaska haven't seen the last of me.